How many of you are familiar with this story? This was called the Cookie Monster back in 2008. It was on Reddit today. Not like a popular post either. I just happened to refresh Reddit and there was something with like 80 updates, and it happened to be this video, and the title just kind of sold me, about two girls that steal from the Girl Scouts. And it's actually kind of deep. Like, it gets wild. I won't spoil the ending or anything, but it gets kind of silly. And I'd never heard of this before, but I guess it was a big deal back in '08. So I watched some of this interview and then looked into them a bit more, but here, let's start with the interview. Catch everyone up to speed with the situation.
Okay, so what happened here? Yesterday, I understood it happened.
Basically, me and my friend Stephanie, we needed some money. We saw a girl selling Girl Scout cookies. We saw an envelope with money in it, and I grabbed it, and she drove away.
That's free money, baby.
Why did you do it?
Because we needed money. We just wanted money.
What did you...
I think the Girl Scouts should be traveling with like a safe, like a lockbox maybe, and armed security guards. Because this is not the first time I've heard of them being robbed. It seems like that's kind of common. Like, they set up their Girl Scout cookie stands outside of Walmart or Publix or something, and then someone just comes by and zip, fucking mine.
You need the money for?
Just for anything. We didn't have any
Thanks to
money.
Resub, Whack, Pearl, Tokyo, and
It was just the easy
PewDiePie.
way of getting money.
Grabbing.
But you do realize, I mean, you're going to be charged with a crime.
Oh, I was already charged with the crime and actually pissed because I should have kept that money. They charged me with all the charges I just got.
But does it worry you? I mean, that you
True.
committed a misdemeanor?
Can't believe they didn't let her keep it.
Well, nothing's... I mean, there's nothing I can do about it now, but...
What about the people who would say, all right, you know, it's one thing to steal money, it's another thing to do it from a 9-year-old girl selling Girl Scout cookies?
I mean, money's money. I mean, I feel bad it was a 9-year-old girl, but there was $150 in that envelope, and I wanted that money, and it was mine.
How brutally honest. Like an actual comic book villain. Out here teaching life lessons. $150 easy payday. The only problem was we got caught. And I would have got away with it too if it wasn't for those meddling grocery store security cameras.
I just want to say that I'm sorry for offending the Girl Scout organization, but other than that, that's it.
I like the word offending there. As if that was the problem, like she insulted them and they took it personally or something. Instead of, I apologize for stealing from the Girl Scout organization, it's, I'm sorry for hurting their feelings. So pretty smart criminal overall. But she's not the star of the show. This was mainly the sidekick, the Robin to the real Batman, Stephanie Woods.
I mean, some people might say...
You'll see her in just a minute.
I heard one person in our newsroom call it heartless to steal money from a 9-year-old girl. I mean, that
Well,
doesn't...
it's not her money. A
I mean, it
9-year-old
is.
girl was selling it, but it's not like she was gonna make that money, so it doesn't really bother me. The only thing that bothers me is my charges.
Those neurons are
now.
not firing.
What was the other crime that you had been charged with?
Domestic battery.
Oh, huge.
Pretty much, we just
There
saw
she
the
is.
Girl Scouts with their little
protagonist.
table, and me and my friend were like, let's get that money that's in that envelope. Because it was just sitting on the table, and it was her and her mom wasn't really paying attention. She was yapping to some lady, and the girl was just standing there by herself. And so my friend goes into Winn-Dixie. I was waiting outside of here, like ready to leave. So she grabs the envelope, she snatched it really quick, she ran to my car,
Here's
and
some
we
TJ,
left, and we parked, and we split the
Coyote
money.
and Alt.
Why did you do it?
And
I
Necro
mean,
in the
who
prime
doesn't,
corn.
who doesn't like money? I mean, I don't know.
But it's a crime.
I know it's a crime, but it was an easy crime. it was easy. It
True.
was sitting right there. I mean, there's
Literally taking candy from a baby. Like, you just stealing from a 9-year-old? Like, what are they gonna do? Put up a fight? No. No, sir. Who's a 9-year-old gonna beat? Not an adult. No shot. Like that, yeah, that's easy crime. She's not wrong. She's making a great point. What a fucking maniac.
there's a lesson learned now, but I didn't think I was gonna get caught for it like that. I wasn't really aware of the cameras or anything. I didn't think about it. Didn't really think.
What's the lesson you say that you could learn out of this?
Probably not to get caught, or maybe not to steal.
I mean, do you have any remorse about stealing from a 9-year-old girl?
Right now, no, because I'm kind of pissed because I have charges and we had to give the money back anyway, so now I'm pretty pissed.
Net loss,
But
unfortunately.
I mean, some people might say it's, you know, not the nicest thing to do to steal money from a child, especially a Girl Scout selling cookies.
Well, I don't know. Money's money, and it doesn't really matter to me. I don't feel sadness for that little girl. I mean, she's getting a lot of money right now from people who feel bad for her. So
Is she in the same parking lot? I just
What were
noticed
you
she
gonna use?
pointed over there. Are they still selling cookies? Like, once this camera comes off, Stephanie Woods might just make her way over there, just meander over and steal a couple extra envelopes of cash from the Girl Scouts. Return to the scene of the crime, lightning striking twice in the same place.
Money for it.
Probably for gas. Just for gas money and like my cigarettes and stuff. I don't know.
Are you worried about the misdemeanor charges? And
Yes, I'm very worried. I'm worried that they might come back up a month later and I'm gonna have cops knocking on my door for a warrant. So those people over there, I'm very pissed.
Anything else you want to say? Or?
Not really.
Steve, do you have any questions?
You did a great job defending yourself.
Did you spend any on it before?
Oh, I spent $50 on gas. I filled up my gas tank and that's it. But I was planning on buying like a necklace and all this stuff and a new phone. But now I guess not. We should have at least got to keep the money.
Oh, she had.
I'd answer the phone while
That was a flip phone with a custom ringtone. Man, I forgot all about that shit. My old ringtone back when I was a kid with the Motorola Razr was "Let Your Shoulder Lean." That shit used to go so hard. All right, but anyway, after this, a few years later, she got arrested again. Still can't get rid of the Cookie Monster name, by the way. It's what she's forever known for. And sentenced to 6.5 years in prison. Not from stealing from Girl Scouts this time. That was just her gateway drug to a harder drug. Heroin. So, yep. A pretty expected conclusion, if I'm being honest. You know, this is something I think a lot of people saw coming. But she must have hired Saul Goodman because initially she was facing 9.5 years. But she took a plea deal, so it worked out for her. Thanks to the resub. Aloric, Tang, Joestar, Sinless, Lad, Bin, Shisai, and Pterodactyl. The bits Garot. Yeah, she's got like a whole lore to her. She's like a pretty well-established character. Six years, rent-free, long con. True, she won't need to worry about gas money in jail. She's out of jail now, though. This was 2014, and she served 6.5 years, assuming she did the whole sentence. Like, she's out. So if your daughter's in the Girl Scouts, tell her to sleep with one eye open, because Stephanie Woods could be right around the corner. She's like the boogeyman. Being smart has its drawbacks. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, listening to her speak. Like, damn, she's quite intelligent. One of those true criminal genius masterminds. A victim of her own hubris, unfortunately. Thanks to the resub. Super cool Zattern and the tier 1 John. What happened to the other girl? I don't know who the other girl was. Stephanie Woods was really the star. I don't know shit about the other girl. I couldn't find any info on her. Maybe someone in chat knows, for someone that's a little more familiar with the story than I am. In 2009, she was also arrested for robbery and kidnapping. She pleaded guilty. Man, I tell you, you steal money from the Girl Scouts one time, and then all of a sudden you're shooting up heroin in the bathtub and kidnapping kids and robbing other places. She stole like $400 from a gas station as well. There's the resub shrimp. And the bits Groat and Isaac. I've already seen that one, actually. Thanks for 5 gift subs, John. I appreciate that. And thank you for 5 gift subs, Xylorix. Thanks for your generosity. Girl Scouts set her up. Oh yeah, maybe this was entrapment. Like the Girl Scouts deliberately left an envelope with like $150 like sneaking out of it on the side of the table, and they all turned around in order to catch some would-be thieves. You might be onto something. That's how they got my uncle. Oh, God rest his soul. Yeah, I remember when that was in the headlines as well. Do you know or have seen the movie Apollo 18? It's a found footage movie that takes place on the moon and there's space crabs. Is that the horror movie? The one where it's like, you don't know what's really on the moon? Because I did see that one, if that's what you're talking about. That shit was ass. Thanks to Resub Bot Boy and Sigmundo. Fun fact, they also dine and dashed at Denny's 3 weeks earlier. The vid on it is called Girl Scout Cookie Money Theft. Okay, I've got to see that. Worst teenage criminals? Man, I can't believe this 14 years ago, and I never heard about it.
When 2 teenagers confessed to CBS 12 News, they stole a 9-year-old girl's Girl Scout cookie money near Lake Worth. Their matter-of-fact attitude stunned many of our viewers, and it made a lot of people wonder, why aren't those girls behind bars? Some answers and some more of that
I'm from the future.
Interview now.
You'll be happy with where one of them ends up.
Suzanne?
Well, Liz, if you were shocked by our story last night, wait until you hear more of what these girls had to say to our cameras. And we tried to answer the question about why they're still free.
We needed some money. We
Wait, this is
saw
the same
a
thing.
$50 necklace and all this stuff and a new phone.
Teens are buying is time. The crime is a misdemeanor, petty theft, and a deputy did not witness it. Attorney to file.
I mean, who doesn't like money?
It looks like they are
Kept that money.
Now, no, because a lot of money right now.
is that little girl's older sister, Liz. It's
what?
right down the street from Gracie in the Winston Trails development. It is in the same class as that little girl's older sister, Liz.
You clicked the third? Was this not the one? Oh, final chapters. I forgot.
Turning it
You're right.
around. That's what an infamous teen who became notorious for stealing from a 9-year-old Girl Scout says she's doing with her life shortly after appearing before a judge.
I've got great news. She did turn it around. Amen. That was a mission successful. Thank God for that.
CBS 12's Juan Carlos Fanjul is here with that story. Juan Carlos?
Liz, the name Stephanie Woods has become synonymous with bad girl behavior, but with a possible jail stay in her future, she says she's becoming a good girl.
All I could say is that I'm really sorry.
Stephanie Woods seems contrite, claiming she's been turned into a cookie money monster. The 18-year-old convicted just days ago for
They actually brought
money from a Girl Scout.
They brought the Girl Scout in to testify? Yeah, that's the bitch that stole our money. That fucking heartless fiend. Yeah, that's her. I recognize her. Put her in the slammer.
Now a no contest plea for a more recent brush with the law, dining and dashing from a Denny's restaurant, for which she could face up to 60 days in prison.
Jesus.
I'm a very strong person. I could handle any type of punishment, even though I think it'd be really unfair if I got 60 days in jail.
A 17-year-old
What do you mean?
who is yet to be charged was with her in both the Denny's and Girl Scout thefts and was
Oh, now we get to learn about the
supposed to take
sidekick?
stand, but Wood's attorney was nervous. She was going to turn against his client, so she took the plea.
The family was just concerned that we didn't want to give this person a forum to continue to vilify Stephanie.
I mean, who doesn't like money?
It was that flippant statement right after stealing from the Girl Scout that drew ire from across South Florida and the nation.
Oh,
I still
South
don't
Florida,
think
eh?
it gives them the right to be screaming things at me at Publix, at Starbucks.
The teen says she is trying to change her ways despite this flip of the finger and then shove of our camera last week in court.
Hey, Stephanie, come
I don't
on.
have
Hey,
much of an
come
attitude
on.
anymore, really, except for the other day. But that was just anger. So what can I say?
Her attorney
Thus,
said Wood's
an
plea of
attitude.
no contest was the best avenue, given the conflicting statements from her younger co-defendant. He says the Denny's manager did not even want to prosecute for the $25 unpaid tab. The attorney believes Wood should only serve 1 month of probation. We'll see what happens. She'll be sentenced June.
Oh, there's still more.
It's the Girl Scout cookie thief like you've never seen her before, crying.
Damn,
in
she was a
court
celebrity.
After the judge throws the book at her. Locked up and locked down. A judge says enough is enough. CBS 12's Juan Carlos
Oh,
shows us how it all went down
hardball.
in court. Juan Carlos?
Liz, after today, we will not see Stephanie Woods nor her antics anymore. A judge calling her, quote, an out-of-control drug user and sent her away to get her life back on track. She will have up to 3 years to do just that.
Holy shit.
The road for 18-year-old Stephanie
Wait, what the
Woods. She
fuck?
arrived-
Wait, so she was sentenced even before the 6.5 years? Wait, did I just miss that in the article? So she just bounces from prison to prison. So she had a 3.5 year sentence before the 6.5? Was that just not in the article? Or did I somehow miss it? So the 6.5 years was for the robbery and the kidnapping. Yeah, but I didn't realize she had also served time before that. So I'm guessing this is the case that we're seeing now. Huh. Alright, interesting.
Arrived at a juvenile detention facility in West Palm Beach. Earlier in court, fingerprinting amidst tears. Woods had just been ordered by a judge off the streets into a drug treatment program.
Aqua
I am
derivative and
devastated.
X-ray.
I'm absolutely. I'm at a loss for words.
The infamous girl who made national headlines after stealing cookie money from a Girl Scout had her troubled life unravel even more in court Wednesday. She admitted to a psychiatrist that she started drinking at age 14 and used a laundry list of drugs, including cocaine, heroin, LSD, and Xanax. Stephanie said she
I
only tried them.
read about the
I
heroin.
don't abuse all those drugs. I only have one drug problem with one drug.
Stephanie Wood takes no responsibility for her actions. Your Honor, she has no remorse for taking money from a 9-year-old Girl Scout.
Even Stephanie's mother, Deborah Smith, pleaded with Judge Moses Baker for private rehab. But in the end, the judge ordering the teenager to a state facility where she will be on lockdown.
There's a possibility that she may not be alive until the program, and I'm unwilling to take that chance.
The judge said he was ordering her into immediate custody until space opens up at a state facility because he truly fears for her life. Woods' attorney said afterwards that the drug use was overblown and that she is not a chronic abuser as she is being portrayed.
There's still more?
From juvenile detention to the county jail, more punishment for Stephanie Woods, the so-called Girl Scout cookie cash thief. CBS 12's Chuck Weber was at today's sentencing and has the judge's ruling plus the letters people wrote to the judge.
Another sentencing for Stephanie Woods.
I'm adding an extra year because I just hate the letters from your fans.
Ordered Woods into custody and into drug treatment for the Girl Scout money theft. Today it was an adult court judge punishing Woods for failing to pay a $28 Denny's bill.
The girl deserves some time in jail.
Judge Barry Cohen reading from a letter from the public, this one recommending the maximum 60 days in jail.
Thanks, Risa Bitsy and Spool and Revenge.
Looking at on the restaurant bill, what's next?
Another letter from a retired teacher.
Children now hold up Paris Hilton as their gold standard.
Those are things
really
that
is a time
bothers her,
capsule.
that she knows she made a mistake, but she never seems to be able to rectify it in the eyes of the community.
Woods' lawyer, Lewis Hanna, asked the judge to withhold adjudication, that is, keep the misdemeanor conviction off Stephanie's record. But Judge Cohen says it should stay, and he gives Stephanie 3 days in jail as a deterrent.
The judge, I think, did the right thing. I really do. Stephanie, interestingly enough, was actually asking for more time.
Lawyer Hanna says Stephanie would rather be in the county jail as opposed to the juvenile lockup.
Apparently, she can't even wear her own underwear in the detention center.
Woods now serves her 3 days in jail before going
Sounds
back
awful.
to juvenile custody. In West Palm Beach, Chuck Weber, CBS 12 News.
Woods will stay in juvenile detention until a space in the state drug treatment program opens up. Today, her lawyer told us there will probably be an opening sometime in September.
Damn, what a story. Yeah, that shit is deep. All starting from stealing cookies from stealing money from the Girl Scouts. Wild. Crazy how it all ended up. Well, I guess not really crazy. Kind of expected. I really do wonder what her friend's doing. I wonder if she also had this kind of trajectory. Thanks for the 5 gift subs, Ollie. Appreciate it, man. And thanks to Tier 1 Goop and Prime Marty and Technique and the resub, or the bits employed. She was given 2 years of probation for the drugs, after which she committed 10 probation offenses, including violating curfew, hanging with criminals, lying to a probation officer, giving an officer a fake ID, not doing community service, and stealing $400 from a gas station. Allegedly. That also could be a false flag operation from the Girl Scouts. We don't know for sure yet.